Ulbha, the hills of Killimore, a weather stark and rugged land, the fine cliff and shore. Many faces been and gone, the memories they remain, passed through generations, priceless locked domain. And all our stories come at last, link the future with the past, through every word the script is cast, where people have the say. Tap the seams of tales untold, hear the views of young and old. Open up the door and let our legacy unfold.
Everybody likes Saturday nights. Everybody likes Saturday nights. Everybody, 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 everybody likes Saturday nights. It's a party. Everybody likes to have a party. Woo, woo, woo. Everybody likes to have a party. Woo, woo, woo. Everybody, 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 everybody likes to have a party. Woo, woo, good job. Everybody likes mutton chops. Yum, yum, bah. Everybody likes mutton chops. Yum, yum, bah. Everybody, 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 everybody likes mutton chops. Yum, yum, bah. Everybody likes pass a parcel, pass it on. Everybody likes pass a parcel, pass it on. Everybody, 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 everybody likes pass a parcel, pass it on. Now the next one, again my typing, I typed the wrong thing because it says up there everybody likes blackberry muffins and it should be blueberry muffins. So we'll have to sing blueberry muffins. Here we go. Everybody likes blueberry muffins, munch, munch, munch. Everybody likes blueberry muffins, munch, munch, munch. Everybody, 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 everybody likes blueberry muffins, munch, munch. Coca-Cola. Everybody likes Coca-Cola. Everybody likes Coca-Cola.
No sponsorship.
Everybody, 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 everybody likes Coca-Cola. Go off dance. Everybody likes that show off dance. Look at me. Everybody likes that show off dance. Look at me. Everybody, 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 everybody likes that show off dance. Look at Saturday night. Everybody likes Saturday night. Everybody likes Saturday night. Everybody, 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 everybody likes Saturday night. Big round of If you want a kilt, you start with the sheep. Papa, you make me cold. Shear the wool and put it in the bag. When it's finished, it can be sold. Carve it to straighten and roll it for a roll. Papa, you make me cold. You'll need a spinning wheel to make the yarn. When it's finished, it can be sold. Use a niddy noddy to wind it in a hank. Papa, you make me cold. You need to clean it in the kitchen sink. When it's finished, it can be sold. Put it on the loom, the warp, then the weft. Papa, you make me cold. Thread the shovel through, tighten with the reeds. When cloth, you fold the pleats. Papa, you make me cold. Then you made a colourful tartan kilt. Now it's finished and it can be sold. What do you see in the mall roads, the mall roads, the mall roads? What do you see in the mall roads when you drive along? Deer running across the road, across the road, across the road. Deer running across the road, and snacks standing guard. You got it. See you gonna diving, diving, diving. See you gonna diving, and the starling eating sweets. Flying like an aeroplane, an aeroplane, an aeroplane. Flying like an aeroplane, starlings in the flock. White sheep and horned cows, horned cows, horned cows. White sheep and horned cows standing in the road. A buzzard hunting, hunting, hunting. A buzzard hunting and an eagle swooping by. Minks, cats and rabbits, rabbits, rabbits. Minks, cats and rabbits running away to hide. The sunlight on the hillside, hillside, hillside. The sunlight on the hillside. The sunset over the sea. Here comes a really hard one. We had it. A puffin sing, a puffin sing, and the king of the birds. Final jumping dolphins, dolphins, dolphins. Final jumping dolphins on the lovely summer's day. Otters in the water, water, water. Otters in the water and the fin of a basking shark. Seals like black bananas, bananas, bananas. Seals like black bananas, balance on the rocks. What do you see in the mull roads, the mull roads, the mull roads? What do you see in the mull roads when you drive along? Now the car drivers drive so fast here, we're going to have to speed this song up quite a bit. What do you see in the mull roads, the mull roads, the mull roads? What do you see in the mull roads when you drive along? What do you see in the mull roads, the mull roads, the mull roads? What do you see in the mull roads? One more time. What do you see in the mull roads, the mull roads, the mull roads? What do you see in the mull roads when you drive along? Big round of applause.
From the train window, I can see the trees, the plants and flowers. Oh, I can almost feel the breeze, and I've been a well-traveler over the sea. And I can feel my life coming on. I can feel my life coming on strong. That's your bit. I can feel my life coming on. I can feel my life coming on strong. Welcome. Left the friends I left my home. I've been working hard and I've been working long, but now I know where I'm going, where I come from. Yes, I can feel my life coming along. Everyone keep going. I can feel my life coming on strong. I left my family when I was young, and I worked so hard. I had to make it on my own, but now I know where I'm going with me and where I come from. Yes, I can feel my life coming on. I can feel my life coming on strong. I was lying to myself, but suddenly it's clear. when I was young.
Others step in at the yard, others stop the ground's hard. Track the wire, keep the line, come on lads, you're doing fine. Tie the ends and pull the rope, shield your hands against the cold. Winter winds blow. So many thoughts run through my head each day. Sometimes worry, sometimes all the bills to pay. See the stark September sky, gannets flying boldly down. How the sea comes alive, the pleasures it can bring. Another step, another yard, another stop the ground's hard. Track the wire, keep the line, come on lads, you're doing fine. Tie the ends and pull the rope, shield your hands against the cold. Winter winds blow. Old memories stealing back run through my mind. Sometimes you need to leave them all behind. See the sails and the rocks they lie, calmly watch the world go by. How the light is slowly dies, the darkness keeping in. Another step in the yard, another stop the ground's hard. Track the wire, keep the line, come on lads, you're doing fine. Tie the ends and pull the rope, shield your hands against the cold. Winter winds blow. Hard hands and wiry arms to pull and sling, to conquer steep and harsh terrain. See the storm comes to the west, another day, another test. How time it hath the best and all that it may bring. Another step, another yard, another stop the ground's hard. Track the wire, keep the line, come on lads, you do fine. Tie the ends, pull the rope, shield your hands against the cold. Winter winds blow. Another step, another yard, another stop the ground's hard. Track the wire, keep the line, come on lads, you do fine. Tie the ends and pull the rope, shield your hands against the cold. Winter winds blow.
When I was growing up, I always knew that we was always in the family that we come. My great grandfather come from Mull. We didn't know where, and my grandfather spoke Gaelic, and we grew up in Gaelic in the family. Anyway, I did a wee bit of research into it, and eventually tracked him down to Kilbrennan in Mull. And I didn't know where it was. So look on the map and find out where it actually was. And I have the census in it, and so I came up here and I contacted Gordon McLean, who may be related as well. And it came from the census of 1871, and it's like Kilbrennan Farm. But there's hundreds of different families living in different kind of little houses all over the place, and they're numbered 1, 2, 3, 4. And Gordon and I used to go around Kilbrennan going, looking at this old rumble of stones going, maybe my aunt, maybe my lived here, maybe she lived here, you know, and you couldn't tell, you know. And then one morning I had this brainwave to follow in the footsteps of the census officer, because you can see the way that it's written out on his sheet. And he starts off at the farm, and then he would go on his horse or whatever, he would go and write in the next house he came to. And what's lucky about the census of that time is that there was a window tax, so they put in this column how many windows the houses had. So tell. So I started off with Kilbrennan, and I could knock off the houses in it, and then you know the little track just from back was up. And I talked to a gentleman, and he said that Kilbrennan parish finished at the river, at the burn that goes into the waterfall. So I knew that I only had that distance. So I was tracking through this, and I came up the hill, and there was a farmer, because the farmer in Kilbrennan was a John McPhail at that time. This is 1871. Then there was a wee house, John McMillan, he's described as a shepherd, and his house had 2 windows. And at the top of that track, if you've ever walked up there, there is an old ruin, and it's got 2 windows in it. So when I found that, I went, this is good, you know. And then my grandmother, my great grandmother, who had a son called, she was Anne Mingus, and she had an illegitimate son who was called Duncan MacLean. That's another story we'll go into. But, and another lady called McCall, and she also had an illegitimate son. They lived. It's fascinating. We're coming to that bit. But I got to the shepherd's house with the 2 windows, and I was looking at this and I was going, right, and each of these little houses they're described as cotter, you know, cotter, and they have 1 window each, 2 of them, and with 1 window. And I thought, well, if I go over the brow of this hill before I get to the burn, and if there's the remains of 2 little cotter houses, then I found them, because that's exactly the way that the census officer would have. Down at the top of the waterfalls, you know that bit above the. Walked up there, there are 2 little cotter houses, all with 1 window, just ruins sitting on this side of it, on that side of the burn. And I knew that I'd actually found, by thinking my way through it, I'd actually found the remains of the house where she had lived before. At this stage, my great-great-grandmother is 45, and she's described as a hose knitter. She knitted socks. Yeah. But when she was a younger girl, the person who was in charge, the farmer who had Kilbrennan farm, was an Archibald MacLean. He was mentioned as the father. Making a because I believe the church were quite strict in making people kind of look after their way. Jenny and I had a wee laugh, and we were calling it the Nookie Trail. I'm going to leave all this with the archive, but it's more complicated than that. But I managed to trace them back then, to continue the story. I traced them back to 1841, and it was lucky because the family name is Mingus. It's a really unusual name on this side of the island. They're from Fortingal in Perthshire, where I'm from, and that's another whole side of the story. But they were married. He was married to a MacLean, and so it was quite easy to track them down. And there was a lovely woman, Lorna, up in Tobermory, if you know who does the. Lorna MacLean, and she was helping me, and she was saying, she says, "Oh, your great-great-grandmother's brother was born in Portugal, in Lisbon." And I was going, that can't possibly be that doesn't make any sense at all. Well, I've tracked them all down to the West Coast. No, she says, look here, it's in the census, you know. And so there's a census of 1851, which has my great-great-great-grandfather, John Mingus, who lived in Ballygowan. He was described as a farmer in Ballygowan, probably a crofter in Ballygowan, as a pensioner in the 79th Regiment. And I was going, wonder what that is. So I looked up the 79th Regiment. It's the Cameron Highlanders. My grandfather was in the Cameron Highlanders in the First World War, and I wondered if the Cameron Highlanders had ever been to Spain. So they are in their battle honours. It's all kind of so then I went back and looked at my great grandmother's brother's birthday, and it was 1816. And the Battle of Waterloo was 1850. And what happened was he had been fighting with the Cameron Highlanders at the Battle of Waterloo. But the story gets better than that, because I went back to my own father, who was alive at the time, and I was really excited. I said, Dad, you know our great-great-grandfather fought at the Battle of... I think it was 700 Cameron Highlanders fought at Waterloo and 300 survived. I went back to my father anyway, and I said, do you know our great-great-grandfather fought at the Battle of Waterloo? And my father went ashen-faced and white, and he went, oh my God, he says, when your own grandfather was alive, he says, he used to get drunk down in Dunkeld, he says, and he'd come back to the house, and he would take, this is when my father was a young boy, he says, and he'd take this old canvas water bottle off a shelf and rave on about how it was carried by one of his ancestors at the Battle of Waterloo. And then he would go, oh shut up, don't be stupid, just you know. But it was actually true, because I found it from a totally different direction, you know. And I said to my dad, what happened to the water bottle? He says, I think Granny threw it out. What I worked out, what must have happened, because I tried to work out why there was Minguses here, and I think what happened after Waterloo, you were allowed 2 years off your service, and you were given a bit of land, and this John Mingus was married to an Anne McLean, and I suspect that her family were all here, and so instead of taking the bit of land that he could have got after Waterloo back in Fortingall, he had taken the bit of land up on the west coast of the Mull, and they were here from 1841 until my... so I just thought I would share them little stories with you, because it's very interesting, you know, to think that, and I'll leave all this. So I wrote a song about my great-great-grandmother, Anne Mingus, because there's one last little bit of the story. I don't want to keep you, but my great-grandfather left here and went to the mainland and worked in Tyndall, you know, and worked his way down into Perthshire, and that's where I live now. And I got to thinking, oh, he must have left, you know, he left his mother here, old Anne Mingus, you know, and there would be a lot of stigma attached to being here, because the church would have been, oh, what a horrible guy, you know, he's abandoned his mother on the island and gone to seek his fortune on the mainland. And so I wrote this song from the standpoint of the fact that he'd abandoned his mother. But then eventually, I found a bit more research, and I eventually found she's an old lady of 89, and her death certificate in Doon, down near Stirling. And so I've got her here in 1901 in the census. So she must have become infirm, or, you know, and they must have managed to get her from here onto the mainland, and I managed to visit the little ruin of the house where she died. So he wasn't as bad as I make it out in the song. But we'll do it. I'll do this song. And I just want. At the time when I wrote it, I thought, could she ever imagine this poor old lady that had been left here? You know, her son went to the mainland. He had children. They became doctors and lawyers and accountants and folk singers and you know. And so it was. I wanted to I wished I'd been able to go back and tell her that her troubled times here and with the church probably, and whatever happened to her, I'll probably never know. It was all right. So. It's all eternally, all eternally, it's all eternally, all eternally. It's lovely. That's all. I wish that you could see us, or it could cheer your weary heart. What's being done? We've torn the whole damn thing apart, and I wish we could tell you you didn't have to be so sad. Oh, what's become of the tragic life you had? right one. He has made his way alone. Oh, the seed of your heart into a forest grown, and it's all eternally, and it's all eternally, and it's all stand on the shame, you can do nothing more. Tears from your eyes washed by the rain. What was the sacrifice for? So silent in reflection, in Kilbrennan's sunset night. Oh, when no woman dreams, she'd rather feel than fight. And I wish that you could see us, or we could cheer your weary heart. Oh, what's been done, they've torn the whole damn thing apart. And now it's all eternally, and it's all eternally, and it's all eternally, and it's all eternally, faded away, and it's all eternally, it's all talking with my father, he's talking with his son, and I don't need to look any farther for the one I have become. He says, listen to that carloo. Oh, that's a sound I love to hear. It's a strange reflection that we look through, well, it finally finds us here. In this place where life's hard thunders, in this place where time holds still, in this place harmony and wonder and values not of gold fulfill. Walking with my father across these gentle Perthshire hills, it's timeless mysteries that we gather and make the memories that we fill. He says, don't fix what is not broken. No need to find what's not been lost. For it's a heavy gate we have to open, an endless field we have to cross. In this place where life's hard thunders, in this place where time holds still, in this place of harmony and wonder and values not of gold fulfilled. There will always be the brave one, be the one who turns away. With all too many things left undone, oh, and so much left to say. Talking with my father, he's talking with his son, and I don't need to look any farther for the one I've become. In this place where life's hard thunders, in this place where time holds still, in this place of harmony and wonder and values not of gold fulfilled. Try that with me. In this place where life's hard thunders, in this place where time holds still, in this place of harmony and wonder and values not of gold fulfilled. I think we'll do it again, you're just getting the hang of it there. Clear the front of my throat. So we go. In this place where life's hard thunders, in this place where time holds still, in this place harmony and wonder and values not of gold fulfilled. From the waters of Loch Duha to the hills of Killimore, a weather stark and rugged land, defined in cliff and shore. Many faces been and gone, the memories they remain, passed through generations, a priceless locked domain. All our stories come at last, link the future with the past. Through every word a script is cast, where people have the say. Tap the seams of tales untold, hear the views of young and old. Open up the door and let our legacy unfold. Memories of childhood, memories of school, mischief and delinquency, the teacher she did rule. Memories of fruitful fields, rows of swaying corn, busy days at neighbouring, the sheep were turned and shorn.
where people have the same. Tap the seams of tales untold, hear the views of young and old. Open up the door and let a legacy unfold. Tales of here together, dances in the hall, tales of joviality, the odd occasional brawl. But now these days have been and gone, the progress shows our mind, the empty homes and faded lights, the darker winter nights. All our stories come at last, link the future with the past. To every word a script is cast, where people have the same. Tap the seams of tales untold, hear the views of young and old. Open up the door and let a legacy unfold. Ingrained within society, a deep and rooted stain. For fear and insecurity, a question still remains. Wonder what tomorrow brings, a fragile path to tread, a realm of instability clinging to a thread. And will there be community, strength and dreams within, hopes and opportunity, a future there to win? All our stories come at last, link the future with the past, with every word a script is cast, where people have the same. Tap the seams of tales untold, hear the views of young and old. Open up the door and let a legacy unfold. Thank you much.
Why run on the breeze and put the guns flying? But we wander money are we fed, so all I'm sign, all I'm sign, my Joe, for all I'm sign. We'll take a cup of
the waters of Loch Dua, the hills of Killimore, a weathered stark and rugged land, the fine cliff and shore. Many faces been and gone, the memories they remain, passed through generations, priceless locked domain. And all our stories come at last, link the future with the past, through every word the script is cast, but people have the same. Tap the seams of tales untold, hear the views of the young and old. Open up the door and let our legacy